What's up, guys? I'm Chris, and today you're watching a magic review on the Faraday Pad by Infinity. Welcome to the channel, and thanks for tuning in. Please consider subscribing. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment on any questions that you have about the product I'm reviewing or anything you'd like to see in the future. Let me know your thoughts. Also, don't forget to click that notification bell so you don't miss a video or a review. Don't forget to head over to Facebook and join the Chris Edwards Magic Secret Access group. That is a group that I have kind of based around this channel where I can interact with you guys on a more personal level. And I'm also going to be providing you with a more in-depth look on certain products such as Peak Wallets and other releases that I don't want to go into full detail to the public. So it's more hidden than what a layperson would be able to see. There'll be unlisted videos where I will post direct links within the group. So those unlisted videos can't be searched via anything, whether it's not visible on my channel for one to the public, and two, you won't be able to search those videos through the YouTube search engine or like Google or anything like that. So check that out, and in there I can answer questions in a lot more detail than I will on here. What is the Faraday Pad? The Faraday Pad by Infinity, which is a sub-brand of the well-known company TCC, is a pad inside of a close-up pad that allows you to move things with your mind or some other unseen force. So you're going to get your Faraday Pad inside of a close-up pad. The Faraday Pad is removable. I'm not removing it just simply because I like it in the close-up pad. And then you'll get a charging cable, a tutorial, and a remote, which allows you to have complete control over the polarity, negative, and attractive response. Also, if you want to see the inner workings of the Faraday Pad, how it works, and kind of the technology and science behind it to get a better understanding and a more detailed description on what's inside, then head over to Kickstarter. There is a huge page that goes over everything in complete detail, shows you how it works and the technology behind it. So this is just my review on, does it work? Is it good? Does it do what it says it does? This is my impression of it and how it's worked for me. The quality on this, it's extremely high. The pad itself is very thin, very well made. And then the close-up pad, it fits everything perfectly. It's nice and snug. You don't have to worry about this thing falling out. And then there are holes in the pad to screw the pad into the close-up pad if you want to do that. Mine sits in there tight. I have taken it out. It's not too difficult, but I'm not worried about it coming out. And then the pad itself, very well made. It's a nice wooden pad, nice finish. And then the pad on top here, you have your red velvet. It's all really high quality. And the remote, it's, well, I guess you see everything in the Kickstarter. So the remote looks like this. It's also very well made. Difficulty level. If you can press buttons, you can control this. You can do this immediately. There's nothing to it. Arts and crafts, setup and reset, angles. There is no arts and crafts, setup, charge everything, reset. There's nothing. Angles, 100% angle proof, I would say. If you're using one hand and controlling with the other, you can do that in your pocket or anywhere out of sight. Or if you want to use both hands, which I've done a couple times, you can control this with your feet. It's if you're working with angles, you can definitely work around it, but I'd say this is pretty much angle proof no matter what way you look at it. Can it be inspected? I mean, no, not if they suspect it's the pad, right? Because it does have some obvious electrical switches and things on there. You know, as a magician, mentalist, I don't even think a close-up pad is something out of the norm to a layperson. So for them to think that it's this, that would surprise me. If they're thinking any type of magnets or electronics, they're probably going to think that it's something under the table or something on you rather than the pad itself. As far as inspection goes, I don't think people will suspect this. And if you are worried about it, you can take the pad out of the close-up pad and it's very thin. You can always put it somewhere else if you feel like you want to hide it better or camouflage it in some sort. I think that's probably going to be unnecessary in most cases, but it's an option if you want to have the actual electronic pad somewhere else. Anybody can use this, and it's very simple to use. You can come up with your own routines, creations, ideas, and ways to apply this to whatever suits your presentation and your style. You know, this can be used just as a close-up pad, but it also allows you to do things that you can't do with a regular close-up pad. Maybe you do the haunted deck. This is something that will allow you to do that hands-free. I wouldn't narrow this down to any specific genre or performing style. There's so much that you can do with this. Get creative. You've seen the possibilities, and I'm sure you can come up with so many more. In the beginning, I demoed a lot of different things. I would never recommend doing that with this because obviously the heat's going to be either on the pad or the suspicion is going to be somewhere, right? But if you use this to incorporate some type of animation in your routines, then I think that this is going to be extremely powerful for anybody. As far as it goes for is it a worker? Obviously, you're not going to carry this around table to table. So, depending on what you do as a worker, but if you have a close up show or if you are a mentalist that performs any type of telekinesis effects, then you can 100% use this in your working set. I don't think you ever have to worry about this not working as long as you've charged it and as long as it's charged and ready to go. So far, I've been playing with this a ton and I have not had anything backfire or not function exactly how it's supposed to. The price on this, and is it worth your money? So right now you can pick this up on Kickstarter at $299 US. After that, it will retail at $500. So is it worth your money? I honestly think that this is worth your money at full price. Now I could be wrong, but this is something completely new and unique to the magic and mentalism world. Again, I don't know for sure, but I haven't seen anything like this on the market yet. So as far as it goes, as far as how well this is made, how good it looks, and how well it performs, I'd say that this is worth the money at full price. So if this is something that can appeal to your performing style or what you do in magic, then I would definitely pick this up at the discounted price. You'll save $201. And I mean, I haven't found a single thing that hasn't worked yet for me. This has been amazing. Positives and negatives. The positives, there's a ton of them, right? It's extremely well made. It looks very nice. The pad itself is extremely thin for whatever it does, right? I don't know the scientific workings of it. All I know is that it's very compact. You can put this, you don't have to keep it in the pad if that doesn't appeal to you, but the pad is also very well made. Everything nests really nicely. The pad itself is a red velvet. Negatives, I honestly haven't found any. This thing has worked 100% of the time. You have full control over things, whether you are wanting to attract or repel things, it's all under your complete control. The hardest thing that you're going to have to do is come up with how you want to use this because there's so many possibilities. One thing I will mention, it's definitely not a negative, but the only thing that you're going to want to do is certain objects will react different ways. So depending on how you want the object to respond, you'll have to kind of find where to place it in order to achieve the results that you want. But it's not hard to do, right? Just take that object, play around with it for a bit, and you'll know exactly where to put it to achieve the desired results. So with all of that said, I would highly recommend picking this up if this appeals to you in any way, especially while it's at the discounted price. You're going to save $201. I think that there are so many possibilities with this, and again, even at full price, I think that this is a good purchase. It's unique. I think it's the first of its kind. You know, the technology and the idea had to come from somewhere, but I haven't seen this used in the Magic community yet. So I can't recommend this enough. It's honestly mind blowing how this works. And with that, I think that's all I have to say about the Faraday Pad at this time, and we will see you at the next review.